Someone says, "I'm coming over." And almost instantly, something changes inside you. You smile. You say, "Yeah, of course." But in your mind, a quiet thought appears. There goes my peace. It's strange, isn't it? You don't hate people. You're not rude. And yet, the idea of someone entering your space feels heavier than it should. But this isn't about attitude, and it's not about being antisocial. Sometimes, it's something much deeper, something psychological. For some people, home is more than comfort. It's control. Not control over others, but control over the environment. The sounds, the silence, the rhythm of everything. Psychology calls this reducing cognitive load. When your surroundings are familiar, your brain finally relaxes. But the moment someone enters that space, everything shifts. Even small things, footsteps, voices, movement, feel louder than they should. It's like a calm pond suddenly disturbed. Nothing is wrong, but everything feels different. And for a mind that rarely rests, that difference is exhausting. For some, having guests doesn't feel like relaxing. It feels like performing. Every word is filtered. Every reaction is monitored. Am I talking too much? Am I being awkward? Do they feel comfortable? This comes from a heightened self-awareness, what psychologists link to strong self-monitoring. You're not just in the moment. You're watching yourself inside the moment. And when it's over, your body rests. But your mind doesn't, because now it replays everything. Overthinking doesn't end when guests leave. Sometimes, that's when it begins. Not everyone feels energized by social interaction. Some people feel slowly drained by it. And the difficult part is, it's invisible. You can be smiling, listening, responding, while your energy quietly drops in the background. Psychologically, this is common in people who process internally. Their energy comes from solitude, not stimulation. So when guests stay longer than expected, it's not annoyance that builds up. It's fatigue, a quiet kind of exhaustion that no one else can see, but you feel every second of it. There's another layer most people don't talk about. Some individuals don't struggle with people. They struggle with shallow interaction. Small talk, repetition, predictable conversations, they can do it. They just don't feel anything while doing it, because their mind naturally searches for depth, meaning, honesty, something real. So even in a room full of people, they can feel disconnected. Not lonely because no one is there, but because nothing feels meaningful enough to stay. For some people, guests bring a subtle pressure, the feeling of being watched, not judged directly, but noticed. How your home looks, how you behave, how you exist in your own space. This is linked to something called social evaluation anxiety, a quiet awareness of being mentally visible, and suddenly your safe space doesn't feel private anymore. It feels like a place where you have to be on, and that is exhausting in ways most people don't understand. Some people don't just enjoy solitude, they depend on it, because that's where their real world exists, their thoughts, their reflections, their quiet moments. For them, being alone isn't empty. It's where everything makes sense again. So when that space is interrupted, it doesn't just feel like someone visiting. It feels like being pulled away from something important, something grounding, something real. And that's why silence often feels like oxygen. So maybe it was never about hating guests. Maybe it's about protecting a mind that rarely slows down, an energy that drains quietly, a space that feels like the only place where you can truly be yourself. What looks like distance might actually be depth. And sometimes, needing space isn't rejection. It's survival in a world that never stops. Not every behavior needs to be fixed. Some things are simply reflections of how a person experiences the world, deeply, quietly, and differently. In a world that values constant connection, choosing solitude can seem unusual. But sometimes, it's not avoidance. It's awareness. And maybe the real question isn't why some people feel uncomfortable with guests, but how much is happening inside a mind that no one else can see?